Deputy Wallace.
Taoiseach, if we needed any more proof of the need for a commission of inquiry into the workings of Nama, we got it at the PSC last Thursday. Deputy Mary Lou MacDonald challenged Nama about redactions in Nama's responses to questions from the Northern Ireland inquiry, in particular details of Frank Cushnahan's conflict of interest declaration to Nama. And they literally told her that they couldn't give them to her. And they're not even obliged to do so. We are not going to get the answers without a commission of inquiry. Now, there's been an awful lot of questions, Taoiseach, and we're getting absolutely no answers. Now, I'm still not convinced that you want the answers. We still don't know why Nama allowed the Project Eagle process to continue, despite the involvement of Tuans and Brown Rudnick, who had been involved in the PIMCO deal. We still don't understand how Nama can possibly tolerate the idea of selling Project Arrow to Cerberus, who are under criminal investigation in America and Britain. How, in God's name, can that be the case? Apart from the fact that it doesn't make any sense selling Project Arrow anyway, given that 50% of it is residential and we have a housing crisis, and it has a power value of over $6 billion, and we're looking for selling it for less than $1 billion. It just doesn't make sense, Taoiseach. The process should be stopped. If Cerberus are found guilty, what happens to Project Eagle? Will it be null and void? Will the whole thing be undone? When PIMCO's potential criminal violation was found, did Nama seek US legal advice? Did Nama, when they found out, did they go to the Gardaí under Section 19 of the Criminal Act?
Question, please.
And if they did, when? And did Lazard express any views regarding the continued involvement of Brown Rudnick and Tuans, or were they grand with the matter? And Taoiseach, do you have any problem with the fact that Lazard, who ran the process for Nama, were also involved with the bank that gave the money to Cerberus to buy it?
Thank you.
Do you have a problem with that?
Thank you.
Well, I've already answered questions in this in the House here, as has the Minister for Finance. Now, you're aware that there are two investigations going on here. You're aware of the interest from the United States. You have made or been given information in which you have brought it to the House here and you've gone to the Gardaí, and I commend you for that. But you're also aware, Deputy Wallace, that NAMA are responsible through the Public Accounts Committee to this House and the Oireachtas. Now, I understand that you have declined to go and give witness evidence to the PAC. I think that you should do that, Deputy Wallace. You have information, or you've been given information. Somebody is supplying you with information, and that's fair enough. And you have used some of that in giving it to the authorities. But you're making very, very specific allegations here. I would suggest that you accept an invitation from the PAC to go as a witness and give your evidence to the body through which NAMA is accountable to the Oireachtas here, and have justified the claims that you make or otherwise. I can't speculate on a court hearing or hearings that are taking place in regard to Cerberus or any other company as to what the outcome of that might be. The position is.
Sorry, will you stay quiet, Deputy? Not your question.
I would suggest, Deputy Wallace, I mean, we can continue this kind of dialogue here on a weekly basis. You have been given or supplied with information and evidence. I suggest that you take that yourself
it's not
as
your
a witness
question. Will you stay quiet?
at the Public Accounts Committee.
But you're allowed the Deputy get an answer
where
to
NAMA
his question,
can reply to you in the committee, and you can deal with Chairman McGuinness and see whether your allegations or evidence stands up or not. I think that's what you should do, and it might you might well serve the national interest in a very big way, because of whoever is giving you these pieces of information can then test them whether they stand up or not.
Deputy Wallace.
Taoiseach, I've been to the Gardaí, I've been to the National Crime Agency, right? And I've come in here and I've put stuff to you, and you're ignoring it. What are you going to do about it? You're the leader of this country. You're the leader of this country, and you're ignoring serious questions, serious problems that I'm raising.
Sorry.
Why don't you want to do something about it?
Will you put your supplementary question? Thank you.
Taoiseach, at this stage, there is a strong belief that Cerberus were earmarked to get this project, hail, rain or snow. And the whole thing was stitched up so that they would get it. And Nama are involved in that, and they cannot distance themselves. The sales process is not much better than the purchase process. Are you, Taoiseach, are you satisfied that there was no collaboration with Cerberus by a Nama insider based in Dublin? Because I'm not. And you, if you want the answer, don't bother your Barney asking Nama for the answer, because they're not going to give it to you. No more than they're not giving the answers to the PAC.
Thank you, Deputy.
The PAC members themselves admitted last week that they do not have the authority or power to hold Nama to account. A commission of inquiry is the only way that you are going to get the answers we need.
Thank you.
The Irish people have not been served well by Nama. It stinks to high heaven, and you are involved in the cover-up because you refuse to do anything about it.
Deputy, would you resume your seat, please? Resume your seat. Thank you. Resume your seat. You can't be making allegations like that in the chamber. Please resume your seat. You're over time. Thank you. Teacher.
Deputy Wallace was elected to the House here the same way as everybody else, and you're entitled to be here, being elected by the people of Wexford. Now, I assume.
Hold on. Just hold on. All right, you've had your little say now. Will you hold on a second till we hear the Taoiseach? Thank you.
I assume, Deputy Wallace, that you're using the right that you have here of full privilege with responsibility.
Solemnly.
Now,
would you stay quiet, will you, please?
Thank you, Peter. Now, you make the point that that Cerberus were earmarked for this project. You make the point that this was all fixed up. You make the point that somebody based here in Dublin was got at. Now, I think, Deputy Wallace, these are pretty serious allegations. You make the point that I, as Taoiseach, am involved in some kind of cover-up here, and that this is a situation that can only be resolved by a commission of investigation. Now, you've been to the Guards and you've been to other authorities. I suggest to you now that you elaborate on the information you've given here and the allegations that you make in front of the Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, and you go as a witness. And see, and I've explained to the deputies yesterday, you're dealing with two different jurisdictions here. There are two investigations going on in a different jurisdiction. And Nama have 300 pages of their detailed responses on their website. You say that it's all a cover-up. You say it's fixed up, that people were got at. You need to elaborate and give the evidence of that kind of information, Deputy Wallace.
Thank you.
Fine. You said they're a secret society. I'd suggest to you again, you know, you have a duty and a responsibility, and you've gone to the authorities. I'm suggesting to you that Nama are responsible through the Public Accounts Committee to the Oireachtas. You are a member of the Oireachtas. You have information.
Sorry, Deputy.
You have information.
Thank you, Taoiseach.
You have information and evidence.
Thank you, Taoiseach.
You have information and evidence about Cerberus being earmarked, about this being fixed up, about people being based in Dublin doing so. You need to give that evidence to the Public Accounts Committee, Deputy Wallace.
That completes leaders' questions for today. We now move on to the order of business. Thank you.